admirers of the Nehru, I hit a beautiful paragraph in which he describes the how he makes the most of the blunder sometime committed by people by the wits, the presence of and conviction. You see, there is no doubt that everyone, even the best mannered, the most educated, the most strongest, the best intentioned of us are liable to such accidents. A blunder may be made by anyone sooner or later, advertently or inadvertently, generally inadvertently. What the Pandit Nehru has to say is that once he was invited for the banquet with the Queen of England, and Mr. Singh, the Home Minister, accompanied him. And while having the dinner, by some kind of a habit or some mistake, Mr. Swaran Singh picked up a spoon and kept it in his pocket. Now Nehru noticed this, and he was a little frightened. But he thanks the Queen and everyone, and he said, "No, I will just before we say good night, I will show you magic." He picks up Indian magic, you see. He picks up a spoon from his table and he puts it in his pocket. And he says, "Now see, I have put this spoon in my pocket, and you will find that it is there in the Swaran Singh's pocket. You can find it there." And Swaran, kindly show it. He puts his hand in his pocket, finds a spoon. Everybody starts laughing, and there was a great humor. What is it? A blunder, a situation saving activity by presence of mind. This reminds me of an old saying. A philosophical 6-year-old child who once said, and he puts it so aptly, that everyone spills his milk sometimes. And he made this situation a saving remark at a lunch, over a lunch, when he himself happened to be the center of anguished attention. He was seated at his hostess' right, pink-cheeked and serious. In his Sunday blazer, in winters when the roast chicken was brought in, and he screamed, "My favorite!" He cried and spread his hands, knocking over his untouched glass of milk. Commotion followed. It spoiled the table, other dishes, and people sitting on the sides, their even dresses also. Embarrassment all around. And if one has the humor and modest to take one blunder lightly, and he made this statement that everyone spills his milk sometime, and there was a burst of laughter. Even I found myself in a similar predicament in one of the dinner hosted, a formal dinner hosted on release of my after release of my book, the everything you always wanted to know about etiquettes. It was a brilliant dinner and organized very well, like a dinner night in the arm. Everything laid out so beautifully: the crockery, the cutlery, the people, the dress, and the band playing in the background. You see, simply immaculate. As I was raising, and when the waiter started swirling around serving the dishes, you see, all sort of specialties, including uh, my favorites. And I was raising my hand in a gesture of agreement with the man on my left. I had the misfortune of intercept waiter who was trying to pass me a large bowl of curry, and it upset all over the glittering white damask people are wearing on the table, and the chairman of the that institution sitting in the head of the table, he uh, uh, instantly he gets up and he announces and says, "Ladies and gentlemen," he started with his twinkling eyes, "I have an extraordinary announcement to make to you. Our guest, our author, friend Colonel Siddiqui has the noted author of the everything you always want to know about etiquette, had just spilled the uh, curry bowl all over." And then, bowing in my direction, he led the applause, and my blunder was made to contribute to the success of everything over a laughter. My friend, to retrieve someone else's blunder for a quick thinking, I said, what Nehru did, what this chairman of the society did over the dinner. The ability to put oneself in another's place, and sometimes for ingenuity amounting to genius. I know many stories I've read. There's a story where in a reception, in very high army officials get together, very young, young naval aide confronted with an awkward situation, himself handsomely as the line moved forward to meet the chief. The wife of that naval officer, she realized with horror that the piece of her under was slipping. Before she could think what to do, her feet were entangled in the web of the lace-trimmed silk. Instantly, the aide was at her side. With gravity, he bent, picked up the offending panties, and disappeared. Only the couple directly behind them saw what has happened. Nobody even came to know. Later, as she left, a footman offered her on a silver tray a discreetly wrapped package. Making the most of your blunders by yourself or someone is a beautiful quality. One can retrieve any blunder, from any situation. Probably everyone has had the nightmare of going expectantly to a party to which he or she is not invited. The nightmare became a reality for a young lawyer and his wife the first time they were invited to dinner by the firm's senior partner. They arrived punctually at 7:45, but on Tuesday evening instead of Thursday. Those hosts were entertaining that evening for a celebrated judge of that area. The table was set for 14. While cocktails were being served, two more places were added. Impressed and somehow bewildered by finding themselves in such distinguished and elderly company, the young couple did not know until they got home and looked at their invitation as they had turned up at the wrong party. Probably these are the beautiful qualities which a learned, unexperienced, matured people, they acquired by simply by experience. My friend, never get disheartened or stumble over small things. Learn to handle the blunders, because we all can make blunders, mistakes. It happens. Making the most of your burdens is one finest quality gentlemen have, the wise men have. You too can have. Thank you very much.